Heard you want to talk to the mob. Heard that you trying to get involved with it. Heard that you trying to come ball with it. We don't do that shit at all. I don't be waiting on y'all. Y'all just be waiting to ball. Y'all be on shit, nothing at all. I just been inside. I just been inside. All my diamond flawless. Got some broken boys inside. They got with the same people. Y'all be switching sides. It feel like I've been pulling on these for 50 nights. I've been high and feel like I've been up in that sky for 50 flights. Can't believe I'm such a drug. Y'all do some shit for 50 lights. And your bitch, you said you love pull up and rock and 50 bites. I'm at diamond way too flawless. Watch these bitches hit they shine. Y'all be crying about some shit you never did once in your life. Yeah, put up on this naughty, you got more that sweet desire. Living skinny, she got making cheese, pussy is has to get. I better go on to that time, I know that they ain't ready for me. My lunch fun. I might down in my new business, swimming on. Yeah, I talk different with my twins, we got a different lane. Yeah, I live this bitch, I need the cranium. I'm in lane, bitch. Yeah, independent runs, racing 80 lanes, bitch. I could tell that your breath will be the same language. Heard you want to talk to the mob. Heard that you trying to get involved. Heard that you trying to come ball with us. We don't do that shit at all. I don't be waiting on y'all. Y'all just be waiting to ball. Y'all be on shit, nothing at all. I said the top of the truck, a bitch in the GC, follow the wind blow. I took the sit at the top with a short like a guap, I be rocking it with it. I see the line of y'all body, this way, I be clapping this way, bitch, I see my kids, bro. Every day is a new bullshit, y'all just be happy, don't need me doing shit. I just been inside, I just been inside. All my diamond flawless, y'all so broken boys inside. I stay that way, that's it.
I fucking have it, but maintaining the chalk for 3 reps, not gonna lie, it's kind of tough. I'm gonna make one more excuse real quick. I'm used to the coated kabuki. That chalk is really ingrained in there, so it was a little slippery. But it felt good.
We need like a brush.
What do you think? What do you think? I should move. 2.7 out of 3 reps. For the rest.
Hey, get one.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I used to pull like that. The dynamic start I got from Callum. Remember Deadlift Doctor?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what I thought. What happened every time is I'll do that dynamic start and then it'll rock me forward and then I'm done because I'm just like pulling it. So I talked to Jamal Browner. I talked to my old coach, you know Deadlift Lord, Rondell Hunt? Yeah. They're both like 900. Rondell, I think, pulls 900 conventional too. They're all like, take your time, bro. Like, get that brace, pull that slack out. Like, you gotta go slow, honestly. Pull it up, put your hips in, open your knees, and then just rock it up. But you definitely got 700 in my opinion.
I think I just need like, cause like I've been maxing like every session.
I know,
for,
yeah,
like,
you're like me.
For like 2 weeks.
Next month, Nick's gonna pull 700, I'm calling it.
I just have to run a program and actually like peak for it.
It's also him just pulling it like off of no programming at all. He's just walking in here picking up weight. Bro's crazy. Good shit, man, good shit. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little deadlift show we just did there. I'm gonna count that as a PR triple for myself because honestly, if I had, you know, a more secure chalked up grip, I would have got them all in a row, but still, I like stood up, went, chalked myself up, did it immediately. So next week is a deload, week after that, you'll see something heavier. Anyways, you guys didn't know already, this is Nick P. Nick P is strong as fuck. And that's Nick P's little brother, Nick Little P. Finish up with deads. Now we're gonna do some back accessories. We're gonna start off with what you said, lat pull down?
Lat pull down? Yeah.
Right. What's your favorite back exercise? Deadlift. No, but you pull sumo. That's more like quads.
It's kind of the same thing.
Bruh. What are you on the spot right now?
I mean, I like dumbbell rows because I can like do a lot of weight.
All right, we'll do dumbbell rows. Just gonna explain the workout real quick, sorry. We're gonna do 10 working sets, 2 warm-up sets per exercise. So if I'm gonna hit single arm dumbbell rows, maybe I'll grab the 40, then I'll grab the 80, and then I'm warmed up. Now I'm gonna do 3 working sets with like, I don't know, maybe 100 per, we'll go 8 to 12 rep range. So 10 sets of working sets this workout. Maybe around 3 to 4 back exercises. Okay, there you go. Oh, if you guys didn't know, this tank is from the next drop. If you want to get it, you could use code WEAKGUY, or if you want to support Nick, you could use
Code Nick.
Code Nick. But this is my channel. Look at how big his neck is.
The traps in the neck, man.
I feel like I'm a pretty decently sized guy, and then I stand next to him, and he's just like fucking house, bro.
How much are you weighing now?
I was about to ask you that. I'm probably like 207, 208 right now. What about you?
Like 237, like close to 240 in the morning.
237, 240, what height?
Like 6'1.5".
Okay, so he's like 6'1.5". I'm like,
You're like 6'1",
I'm like
right?
6'1 and 1/4. Yeah.
Oh shit! Like,
I'm kidding.
what, are you really?
Yeah, bro. I'm
Are
like
you- are you
five.
actually
I'm like 5'12". Yeah, we'll say that.
So I got an inch on you, huh?
Yeah. If you want to check Ryan out, we'll put his channel up right here. But he's definitely an OG in the industry, and he does great with bodybuilding and powerlifting. Good guy right here.
Appreciate you, man.
Back to it.
Yo.
Yo. Hey guys, I hope you all enjoyed coming along our deadlift and back workout. Now, for this end of the video, we are going to be...
We're gonna be giving you guys some like smaller deadlift tips off the dome. Like, you know, people give you like the generic ones. We're gonna try to give you like some, like the details.
Yeah, but before that, I feel like I gotta... All right, I got my beanie on. And I also need my bowl of food. All right, so what I got here is my post-workout meal for today is beef, rice, peppers, spinach, and kale. That's basically what I eat every single post-workout meal, in case you guys wanted to know. But like Nick just said, we're gonna be giving you guys, our 3 deadlift tips for today. Are they the best ones? I don't know, but we both think about them every time we pull. So I'm gonna let Nick take the floor and go first with his 3 tips.
Okay, so first one, a lot of people don't know this, but like learning fingertip grip is gonna help your lift a lot. It's kind of like making your arms longer without having longer arms. Like when I grip it, I try to go as low in my fingers as I can. If you're doing over-under grip, it's even easier to do than hook grip. But it just makes your arms a bit longer and you're gonna be in a better position to lift from.
He has some strong fingers. We were dumbbell rowing the 125s after we finished deadlifting. And he was just like holding on perfectly the whole time. And I'm over here like struggling, trying to hold on for a set of 8. So he has strong fingers, so I'd listen to him.
That shit helps me a lot. It's a little easier to do if you're on a deadlift bar because they're skinnier. Number 2, and something I've been working on recently, is focusing on locking out the knees and then the hips. That's been helping my lockout a ton. Because usually I'd get stuck because they're kind of locking out together. But when it's more of like my knees snap into place and then I finish the lift, I've noticed it's helped my lift a lot recently.
Oh, actually, on my last sumo PR attempt, I did lock out my hips before my knees, and that's why I fell forward and lost it. Yeah, that's a good one. That's smart. I never even thought about that. I feel like it's different with sumo and conventional.
Yeah, conventional's a little different.
Yeah, I just do it at the same time.
But yeah, and I've been doing pause deadlifts just to focus on that part of it. Because I noticed like a lot of big lifters, they just have like the way their knees snap into place is just like really, I don't know, it's really snappy.
Is that why you were pausing it before your single today?
Yeah, because I was trying to practice it.
So he does it on his warm-ups. Nice.
Because I haven't really been doing it for a long time.
What's your last tip?
Yeah. I don't know, I think like one of the main things that people miss is just like learning how to like kind of like spark that adrenaline in you before like a big set. I think that just helps you so much. Because like I'll go through phases of lifting where I kind of like, I don't know, I'll just like go through the motions and I'm not really like getting like an emotional response or like, you know, really getting that adrenaline going through me. But like when I can like really lock in and like that, I can lift so much more.
I agree. Yeah, I've definitely had the different vibes where sometimes I'll be like super hype and I'll be like, like I'll grunt before I go and then I'll just pull it. Or other times when I feel like I'm getting too excited, I need to calm down, I'll play like some Kung Fu Panda ass music where it's just like very serene and you're just like focus on your breathing and you calm down and then you go to pull and like immediately right before you pull, you turn on the hype music so you're like but you're not like already
that's how I
but you're not like already too anxious and not built up. My hands get really sweaty, so I really have to, I guess that's a tip too, I really have to chalk up. You want to get chalked up hands. But
sometimes I get like too hyped and I'll have like so much adrenaline in me that like after my set I gotta like listen to calm music, so because I'll be so shaky and like.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember in the past, I used to pull and I would sniff ammonia. If you guys don't know what ammonia is, it's basically what EMTs use to like wake up people who are passed out.
It sparks flight or fight into your senses. Your body thinks you're breathing in a poison, so it like wakes your mind up. Yeah, so I used to smell that before a big deadlift or pull or bench or squat or whatever. But a lot of powerlifters do, a lot of people do in general. But I had to stop doing that because it would make my breathing so choppy because I would get so excited and then I would like lose my brace. But some people are good with it, like you like using it. Yeah, I like using it.
It just depends on the person. This is my house, I can do whatever I want. That feels good. All right, so my 3 tips are gonna have to be the 3 things that I focus on the most before I pull. So the first and most important tip that has changed my deadlift from like struggling to hitting 600 to be able to hit over 700 easily, basically like every single week, is focus on your brace and the breath you take in to maintain that brace. A lot of people, when they're about to deadlift and they breathe into their chest and then squeeze their abs. What's gonna happen is you're gonna pull up on the bar and you're gonna fall forward because all the air is in your chest and there's nothing in your diaphragm to just have you having a strong center of gravity. So you're gonna fold over your belt and you're gonna be weaker. Think of your stomach like a balloon and you wanna inhale it 360, not just forward, all around. And once you have that big breath in, you're gonna squeeze and create that intra-abdominal pressure to push against your belt if you're using one, which I recommend if you're going for PR. And then you're going to feel much more stable, have a stronger center of gravity, and be able to stay much more upright on your pull. That's my first tip. Make sure you have the strong brace and you breathe into your diaphragm, not your chest.
That's really what's gonna protect you too.
Exactly.
It's not people think, oh, I need a belt for safety. That's not what helps you at all. It's about the proper brace and then also not maxing all the time.
Yeah, bro's a genius. Not maxing all the time, which is us going heavy as fuck every week. Anyways, the next one I would have to say is not bending your arms as you go down to grab the bar. Like, your arms are hooks. You shouldn't be flexing. You shouldn't be, doing anything with your arms. Your arms hang down. You go down and you reach for the bar, and as soon as you take that brace and you pull up, you wanna think of pits to pockets. You wanna bring your armpits down into your pockets, like shove them down. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna activate your lats and keep your back nice and stable and strong for when you pull up. So another thing to avoid folding over is you're gonna have nice pits to pockets cue, stay strong and have a stable back.
People will say like, oh, chest up, chest up. The way you keep that like sort of upright position is having your lats tight. That's what keeps you up.
Yeah, it's not about just bringing your chest up, it's packing your lats and it's gonna force your chest up. That was a good one, My last tip for today would have to be feet positioning and width. So what I've realized is I like to keep my feet closer together and more pointed forward on conventional, which honestly goes against what most coaches or people say you should be doing when you pull conventional, because a lot of people say point your toes a little out so you can, activate your glutes better. But for some reason, I just like keeping them more forward, and that's what works for me. And I like standing a little closer, because if I stand too wide, it's gonna add on to my range of motion, because now I have to bend down more, because I'm standing wider, now I have to bend down, and I'm gonna be folding myself more over as to where, okay, let me just show you guys so it makes sense. If I'm standing with my feet close and I go down with my arms straight, I can grab the bar like this. But if I'm standing wider, now I have to fold more over to grab the bar. And there's a lot of, things that, go on.
It's a lot of trial and error too, because
Exactly.
you shouldn't try to deadlift like Chris or deadlift like me.
Yeah.
You need to deadlift like you. Like, you're not gonna be able to, maybe you're not the guy who has his toes all the way out to the plates. Maybe you're like a closed stance sumo person, or maybe, not everyone's stronger sumo, I'd say most people are, but not everyone is, so you might be stronger conventional. Like, I got a lot of people that are just like, oh, I just try sumo so much, and I'm just like, shit at it, and it's like.
It's a lot to do with mobility and technique that people just don't know that they can do it. But yeah, that's what I was trying to show you guys, is that I'm doing it in a way that isn't necessarily seen as usually optimal, but it works for me. So what I'm doing is probably not gonna work for you, because we're built different. But I'm just saying, when I stand wide, it doesn't work for me. And when I point my toes out, it doesn't work for me. I like standing the way that I stand. So those are my 3 deadlift tips for the day. I don't know if you want to add anything onto this.
Yeah, I'll get comments that be like, why do you deadlift? I have a closer sumo stance than
frog,
most.
yeah.
And it's that's just literally where I feel the strongest. When I go wider, I just feel weaker. I don't know, maybe if I've worked on my mobility a bit more, I might have a stronger, wider stance, but that's just where I feel the strongest.
Well, thank you, Nick P, for coming on and, helping everyone out and giving you guys, the top 3 deadlift tips for him and for me. And if we can think of any other in the future, we'll make more of these videos. And let me know if you guys like having them on the channel, because I might bring them on more often. Thanks again for watching, guys. I love y'all. Thank you for subscribing. It means a lot to me, to Gilkey, to the channel. It helps us grow, keeps us sustained. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Drop a comment on any deadlift cues or tips that you think that we maybe missed. It would be greatly appreciated.